right, say hello to Sean DelGrosso. I'm saying that right. DelGrosso, right?
Yeah, you got that.
Okay, good. I want to make sure. Okay. The executive director of the Racine Concert Band. And yes, we're coming up to band time for the summer. And there's one big difference this year that we have to hit upon. It will not be at the Racine Zoo this year. It's going to be at Festival Park this year. So that's different for everybody. And I know it's going to take a long time to get used to because you guys played at the amphitheater, the Kiwanis Amphitheater, for what, 300 years, 400 years, something like that. It was before.
Yeah,
I know it was before
half a century at least. Yeah.
I know it was before electricity and before the car, the invention of the wheel. I know it was a long time before that. So I actually have the book that it's called "The Band Played On."
Yep.
And it was, I am so bad on names. And I know the guy. He just passed away a couple of years ago, but he was a good friend. Del Eish. He was the conductor emeritus for the Racine Concert Band, one of the nicest human beings you will ever run into in your entire life. And he put this book on the history of the Racine Concert Band. And what a history. I mean, you guys had these big woolen uniforms at one time. I don't know how you wore those things in marching parades.
I think we wanted to match the animals at the zoo. We wanted to, be nice and warm like the bears.
Oh, man. And they show them marching down Main Street. There's actually a couple of pictures of my house in the book. With some strange man sitting on the porch, because it was taken before I owned the house.
Sure.
But, okay, so when does the concert start this year? It always starts around the 4th of July. So when does it start?
Yeah, so we're going to start right on July 6th there.
All right, on July 6th, which is a Sunday night. Now, I heard rumor that the concerts are all going to be the same time this year. There's not going to be any 7 or 7:30 or 6:30. Are they all going to start at the same time?
Yeah, they're all going to be at 7 o'clock. We're kind of taking advantage of, kind of making this big switch, and we're trying to face away from the sun this year. That's kind of one of the big things, let the lights do their job and let the sun kind of go on the other way. So we're able to set everything at the same time because we don't have to worry about the sun in our eyes.
I watch you guys when you, before you got started, you were practicing, everybody wearing sunglasses because you could. I don't know how you, I'm just learning the piano now. And I just learned how to do work with my right hand and left hand at the same time. And that is tough, reading those two scales. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you do this stuff.
Yeah, I gave up on the piano after, I could barely use the right handwriting,
Yeah, I look at, when I'm up there emceeing, I look sometimes at the music that Mark Eichner does, and he's got everybody's music in front of him, like 16 or 17 bars of music. I don't know how he follows it. I don't know how he does it. He follows everybody's...
I don't know. I used to be a conductor, and just getting ready to turn those pages, you got to turn them so often because they have all that music. It's crazy.
Well, what's difficult for him is he's outside. And sometimes it's windy, so he's got these giant lead weights he puts on the paper. Yeah. So to turn it, he's got to lift the lead weight up first, and he's got to get that hand go. Do you actually pay attention to the conductor? I always wondered that.
So usually what I like to do is, as a musician, I like to have him in like a little, almost like a little viewfinder in a corner, almost like a postage stamp, and just kind of see where his beat is, to kind of keep together. Now, what instrument do you play? I play a lot of instruments, string bass, tuba, trombone, mainly in that area.
What do you play in the band, though?
Well, I'm going to kind of be a rotating switch hitter, just to kind of cover what basses we need, tuba, I think a lot, and string bass.
But you have no strings in this band, right?
So there's a history in wind band music where they'll involve a string bass to kind of not only fit in the low bass category, but also in percussion. So it's kind of a really unique thing to add that not a lot of groups, and especially not groups outside, will add.
Okay, now here's something I love about the band too. You always have guest artists performing or singing with the band, and a lot of them are the same ones from year to year, and it's just wonderful. They do opera, they do Broadway music, pop tunes, they do everything. So, who do you have on tap this year?
Well, interesting. You should ask when you were asking about who's going to be guest soloist and what I play in the band, because I'm also singing the first concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm also an operatic trained tenor, so I'm going to be singing a little bit. But I don't know. We got a lot of favorites. Start out our concert with a nice, feel good 4th of July kind of set. A lot of Americana tunes. And we got Ryan playing some trombone as well as me doing some singing, and we got the RUSD Lighthouse Brigade. They're a favorite, so we like to bring them out. We like to support our schools. So that's going to be our big July 6th concert. Definitely want to focus on showing off our Rooted in Racine. Our Rooted in Racine concert, one of the things that we really feel strongly about is if it's vendors, if it's our musicians, if it's composers that we focus on, we like to make sure that we keep it here in Racine. So our August 3rd concert really connects with that Rooted Racine, and we got Russ Johnson as our guest artist, our Rooted in Racine guest artist this year. But we have a lot of different soloists, some that are within the band, some returning singers. Doug Clements on the 17th doing some singing for us. Some really great styles there. But we got just a whole huge set of people coming in and sharing some great music in the park.
And Allison Hall, I saw her. She's coming back, right?
Yep.
How about Greg Berg? I'm trying to think of some of the.
Greg Berg had a prior commitment this year, is my understanding. That's why I had to pinch hit. So I'll try to I'll try to bring him out as much as possible, you know?
Yeah, he's great. He's not only is he a radio disc jockey, he is also a trained operatic singer. Now, I got to ask you, when you sing opera in a foreign language, do you know how to speak that language, or you just memorize those particular words in that language?
Well, for me, I tend to memorize the specific words, and then I start to kind of get a feel for what those words mean. Like, kind of there's a process, where you're kind of replacing words with the foreign language words, and then you kind of start to really kind of connect to some of those words after you've sung them, a million times.
I don't know how you do it. I mean, I can't sing, so I mean, it doesn't matter what language. I can't sing in any language. But when I used to watch Greg Berg up there singing in Italian, and I don't know how he does he know the Italian language, or he just memorize those particular words phonetically? I don't know. Yeah,
so some do. Some when you're starting to sing in languages that are really, I don't want to say out there, because I mean everyone's language is special to them. But when you got a language that isn't using the phonetic alphabet, isn't using common Roman letters, it's that's when you do follow that phonetic alphabet, and it can be difficult. It's definitely a skill. I took a whole class on it.
We had a foreign exchange student in here, and he's from Belgium. And in Belgium, there are several different languages. He has to know 4 of them. All people in Belgium know 4 languages: German, French, Dutch, and English. You got to know 4 languages. I mean, I took Spanish for 6 years. All I know is the word albondigas, meatballs. 6 years, 2 in college, 4 in high school, and I can't remember any of it. But yeah, he said, if you live in Belgium, you got to know all the languages, because it's cross paths, depending where you are. Everybody speaks a different language. Whoa.
Well, I mean, you live by Chicago, or you live by different cities, you may have to learn a whole bunch of languages
Ugh.
just to just the slang.
A lot of people have trouble with English.
Yeah.
I hear my friends speak sometimes. I said, well, that's not grammar. The grammar's all off. Okay, who are some of the other, what I'm thinking of, guest singers this year? Do you have any of the guest singers listed there?
Yeah, we got Melissa.
Cardamon. Yeah, Miss Cardamon.
Yeah. She's going to be singing July 13th. Jeannie Hatfield.
Oh, yeah.
On the 20th. Darlene Kelsey.
Yeah, okay.
We got doing some singing. And then we talked about Allison. Boy, I'm gonna mess up this name because I haven't gotten to meet any of the performers yet. I sent some nice little emails, but I haven't met anyone in person. So I'm looking forward to meeting all these people in person.
What's the name?
But Ayesu.
All right, I'm not going to try it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't met them again in person, but I hope too soon.
Hey, I screwed up your name when I first got on the phone with you. So.
Hey, I screwed up my name when I was, a kid too.
Okay, so we have a full schedule now. The concerts start on July 6th. You said. When do they run through?
Yep. They're going to go through, I believe, August 17th.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's later than last year. Yeah.
That's going to be, and that's going to be our 1,537th free concert.
I know. We announced the free concerts, the number every time, and of course the contests will still be there, right? For prizes, trivia contests.
Yep, we're working on putting all that together. We got some great local establishments. We stretched out a little bit further into kind of the regional area, and one of the things that we really get to do is so kind of moving back to our space. We're going to be at the park. We're going to be at that festival park kind of complex, and one of the great things is they kind of really gave us free reign as to they're like anywhere the light touches, like they say in Lion King, we could pretty much perform. So one of the things that we get to do with that is we're really focusing on maximizing our audience space, really trying to give the audience as much as to have the best experience as possible. And so one of the things that I wanted to go with that is I'm hoping for our grand prize to put together a VIP experience for a couple lucky winners for our grand prize. Including, maybe I'll be there with like a big giant leaf fan waving them, during the concert. I think it'd be pretty great.
How about this? Here's your special VIP experience. You get to set up all the chairs and the risers and take them down after the concert. You'll be you'll be a roadie for the day.
Yeah, that's the backstage experience. It's no expense.
The heavy lifting. Well, this is great. I'm looking forward to it. Conductor Mark Eichner returning to conduct the band, the Racine Concert Band, or the Racine Municipal Band, goes into two names. And it all kicks off July 6th. Now, it's going to be a festival park from now on. Festival Park.
Yep.
And so I'm sure there'll be signage at the zoo, just in case people, didn't know. Bring your chairs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bring your chairs. And this year there's concessions as well, food concessions.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be something. Not only do we see some kickback from that, but mainly just because it's great to have an experience. We like to think almost like Ravinia down south, right?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah,
really having something that everybody can can come. And we for the longest time we were asking people, hey, what are you eating before you get here? Like, what are you? And now we can say, well, you're eating what we're serving. You know, so we're pretty excited. I think it's just going to be something that's going to be a real draw for our patrons.
Okay, the Racine Concert Band concerts kick off on July 6th this year at Festival Park. Spread the word because it's at Festival Park from now on.